This is my client Elle, and today is her prom. For Elle's makeup, I'm going to be keeping her eyes nice and bright, but giving her an overall natural glam look. I always start with brows, so I'm taking taupe from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm just feathering a little bit of that powder right into her brows, but making sure that I don't go too dark. Elle already has some pretty large lash extensions, so when I'm prepping her eye, I'm really trying not to get any of that concealer on her extensions because I don't want to have to put any mascara on them. I like to use bronzer in the crease, so I'm taking my airbrush bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury with a little fluffy brush, and I'm just putting that right into her crease. For the Liquid Kitten, I put it on the back of my hand, and I use a small, dense, flat brush, and I just start tapping that on really gently because it is a liquid, and it can be a little bit hard to use. I want to make sure that I have good coverage with it, so I'm using a really light pressure with my brush. I'm not being aggressive because, again, it is a liquid and it can be kind of tricky. And then I give it a minute to just dry, so I don't touch it for a minute. For the outer edges, I'm taking a medium brown tone and just fluffing that on with a small fluffy brush. I'm using chocolate brown as her eyeliner because I don't want the lash line to be too stark. Elle's makeup is really all about skin. She has a really nice spray tan, so I mixed the color NC37 and NC30 with a little bit of NC13 from the MAC Studio Fix. I used the NC37 because she was quite dark. I did layer her foundation, so I would just put a little bit on, blend it in, and keep going over top of it to give her a nice full coverage look. Under the eyes, I'm taking the color Vanilla. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I am blending that out with my 71 brush. Then I'm going back in with my 101 brush from BK Beauty and pushing that back into her face. To set her whole face, I'm using Huda Beauty Sugar Cookie. I love this powder. It's got a really nice blurring effect, and it will make your makeup stay on all day. Now, because she has a heavy lash on the top, I want to try and balance it out somewhat on the bottom. So I'm putting a little bit of a medium tone brown underneath her eye and then trying to build up those lower lashes a bit. My Makeup by Mario bronzer in medium is a little bit darker than most of my other bronzers, which I love for girls who have a pretty dark spray tan. Elle loves blush, which was music to my ears. I took the Pinkgasm from Charlotte Tilbury, this is the wand, and I put it on the back of my hand. I didn't just dot it right onto her face because it would have been too much, and obviously cross-contamination. Once I blended that out, I added even more blush. This is the Makeup by Mario Creamy Peach, and I just put that right on top of the Pinkgasm. Now I'm going around all of the high points of her face, her nose, cheekbones, underneath her brow bone, and into her tear duct, and putting a little bit of a white shimmer just to make her eyes glow a little bit. I still felt like underneath her eyes needed a little bit more, so I'm taking more of a chocolate brown and putting that right underneath her lash line, and I'm just adding a little bit more mascara, just so the top and the bottom are a little bit more balanced. One of my favorite all-time lipsticks is number 66 from Sephora. It's a liquid lipstick, and it's just a really nice neutral kind of brownie pink. I'm taking that, putting it on, letting it dry, adding some lip liner and a little bit of gloss. Here is Elle before we did her makeup, and here is her after. And she came to my studio with her dress and got changed, so we get to see the full effect. I mean, I'm dead. It's too good. Tell me you're perfect without telling me you're perfect.